Hi guys, how you doing? I am back again for the monthly vlog I do. If you don't know who I am, my name is Sam, aka Bristolian Gamer, and I started my YouTube journey about a month ago. With each month I'm doing a vlog, and I'm also doing weekly uploads with various topics on gaming. Basically, these vlogs are about me talking about life in general, games I've picked up, games I've been playing, comic books I've picked up, and comic books I've been reading. So yeah, let's start off with a mechanical failure in terms of my bicycle. If you don't know me from like social media and stuff, you would know that well, I ride a bicycle. I ride a road bike. It gets me around and it keeps me in shape, that sort of thing. It's been fantastic weather for it recently here in Norfolk and in the UK in general. Yeah, I like to go to the local villages here in Norfolk, around South Norfolk, on the border of Ipswich and stuff like that. I went to Dis at the start of the month. There's loads of charity shops there. I like to look for the games and all that, and there wasn't anything there in particular. I couldn't find anything. There were games for certain. One game that I saw that I wanted, it was Medal of Honor Heroes on PSP. It was like a couple of quid, but unfortunately the UMD disc was there, but unfortunately the outer casing wasn't there. It was just a UMD disc in there, not without the casing. It was not playable, basically, is what I'm saying. But on the way home, riding up a hill, I heard a clonk noise and my chain snapped and my right leg went bam into the frame of my bike. It hurt. There was a bit of a bruise for a couple of days, but I had to get my partner to come and pick me up, and and then I had to order a new chain online, and I got it fitted the next day. But it's all good. My bike's back up to full capacity, so yeah. Outside of that, I've been replaying Nintendo Switch, playing Zelda on Nintendo Switch. I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom still, my replay of it. That's what I meant, my replay of it. And yeah, really enjoying my replay of it. It's just such a fantastic game, and I know people have grown to not hate it, but they have more criticisms with it with the past couple of years since it's come out. And I understand some of those criticisms, but it's still a great game. I like the open world formula with Zelda, and I feel like it was the right direction to go with this series, and it's just so good. I've been having fun replaying it. Finished a couple of temples. Again, something that people weren't a fan of were the temples, and to be honest, it was much better than the Divine Beasts, because the Divine Beasts, they were very similar with how you solved them, and you could argue that with the temples, where it's just like, oh, turn on 5 of these, but I think with the layouts of each temple made them unique, especially the fire temple, if I remember from my original playthrough, which was quite the maze in places. But yeah, I've been having fun exploring. And not only that, in terms of Switch stuff, I got contacted by a company called Nixie to show off some peripherals for the Switch on my Instagram and TikTok, and they sent me these new Joy-Cons. I'm not going to be like, oh, buy these now, that sort of thing. That's already been done and dusted on my profile. They sent me these Joy-Cons here. I'll zoom in to show you a bit more if they come up on the camera here. Yeah, these are third-party Joy-Cons. They have magnetic Hall effects in the sticks. So basically, it negates the whole problem of stick drift. And of course, it has these cool LED looks to them, and they're just really nice. And they feel like they're basically Xbox sticks, basically. And yeah, they have the cool LED look that you expect in a lot of setups these days on PC, and they're just nice and chunky and feel great in my hand. They feel much better. They don't feel like a toy, like the official Nintendo Joy-Cons. They just feel fantastic. I've stress tested them a fair bit, played a lot of Zelda, but I also played, if I can scroll along a bit while I'm looking at, yeah, I played Doom Eternal, which is kind of like one of those games that I feel that a stress test controller. And what the other cool thing is too, they've got paddles on the back. So they basically function if you click in the right and left stick. Instead of you having to click that in, you basically slap the paddles on the back. And what I've liked also, because I got, hang on, let me show you more. I got sent Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound to show off on social media too. So that sort of thing. I've remapped certain buttons in that game onto the paddles, like the dodge button I've remapped to the right paddle, I believe, which has helped tremendously, and just feels a lot more natural, and they just feel really good. And I don't want to sound like a traveling salesman at this point, as I'm trying to get them out of the Switch. And yeah, they fit snugly too. They just feel really nice in the hand, and you can turn the lights off. I'll show you here like that. they do have like a strobing effect, then you can just turn them off, which will save on battery, that sort of thing. Let me put those down there. And yeah, they're just really nice because my old Joy-Cons were really playing up. One of the shoulder buttons just wasn't working properly. You press it, it just wasn't responding at all. And fortunately, I got contacted by them. Well, I contacted them and they wanted to do a collaboration with me. So yeah, thank you to Nixie for sending me those. Other bits gaming-wise, I stopped playing RoboCop Unfinished Business. I know it's a short game, but I've just found it incredibly glitchy. I don't know if any of you lot have found this problem with this game, but it's very glitchy. I found like there's some issues, technical issues with aiming down sights, that sort of thing. It would like kind of try to, then it would just keep snapping back and forth. Or there was one problem in one cutscene where it would cut to the other character, but it's just a blank screen, and it's quite like an important story bit in the cutscene too, where you just don't see the character on screen, and it just kind of drove me nuts a bit. And yeah, I'm starting to sweat a bit because it's decided to get really hot in the UK all of a sudden. Anyway, it's a great game, but I feel that it's more glitchy compared to the first one. Maybe the first one had glitch problems when it came out, but I didn't notice because I didn't play it until late 23, early 2024 when I finished it by the time. But yeah, I've given this a break, and I've gone back to my Xbox One X with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Another game I've just been replaying. August, in terms of like summer gaming, just seems to me, is always to me a time where I can go back and replay games that I love. And for some reason, I went back and replaying Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I never finished on Xbox, but I have it because I got sent it in 2020 when I was still writing for my local magazine. Yeah, I bought it on PlayStation physically and I finished it there. But I've got all like the expansions, like the Siege of Paris and the Druids one, which I can never remember the name of the one where you go to Ireland. Yeah, but I've got those, so I'm chipping away at that, really enjoying it in between covering games and that sort of thing. In terms of comic books, I picked up the 3rd issue of Cold Day in Hell with Daredevil, a 3-part issue. This one took forever to come, by the way, because for some reason it kept getting delayed because it was meant to come out in, I think it was about mid-July, but it didn't come out until the 8th of August, I believe, and didn't come till about 10th of August for me by the time it shipped, pre-ordered and everything. It's just I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's something to do with the tariffs in America. I have no idea, but because it's not released in the United Kingdom. I ordered this from Forbidden Planet. But anyway, this is part of a 3-part series where it's just kind of like The Dark Knight Returns, but with Daredevil instead, where Matt Murdock is in his 60s. That sort of thing. He has his powers. He doesn't have his powers to begin with, but with events that unfold in the first issue, he gets his powers back, his sonar powers back, that sort of thing. And then he goes back and tries to fix New York City as a 60-year-old man. It's a good read, and it's written by Charles Soule, who's done some of the best Daredevil comics you can read on the market. He was the one who introduced the serial killer Muse and some of the most grim Daredevil stories you can think of. It's in Charles Soule's writing, but yeah, really good, absolutely love it. But in terms of that, it's been pretty quiet this month, that sort of thing. In terms of games I've been playing, I mean, there are games that came out like Mafia: The Old Country and like Gears of War, Metal Gear Solid, but in terms of like, because they're just remakes, and I don't hate remakes. Some of my favorite games are remakes of older titles, but yeah, I mean, I'll get Mafia: The Old Country at some point. I'll pick it up because I mean it's already a cheap game. But me being cheap and frugal, I will probably pick it up when it's much cheaper, like when it's like 20, 15 quid, that sort of thing. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. And if you would please follow my socials down below and give me a subscribe and like. See you later. Bye.